You'll never walk alone. We're finally here. The playoffs have arrived after 11 and a half weeks of excruciating talk of who's better than who.
Excruciating.
Yeah, it was a bit. We are finally here. Terry Tam, Mo Con, Eagle, FPF, Terry Tam, FPF, Mo Con 19, as we gear up for the Div 5 playoffs. And, of course, we got some viewers, I'm sure, listeners who were quite angry at me, Vince Pisano and Seth Kalina. We'll talk about them afterwards. We'll go over the All-Stars. We have our All-Star teams and the award winners for Div 5 at the end of the show. Let's dive right into it, Terry. First game on the docket, Jays 7-3 against Junkyard Dogs 4-5-1. They didn't play each other during the regular season, which is a common theme for all the playoff matchups that we have.
Which I like a lot.
This is very good. It brings fascinating intrigue to this thing. Is the Junkyard defense the linchpin in this game?
I think so. I think that Hyman Long doesn't turn the ball over. We've seen that. He's very conservative. He can also he doesn't turn the ball over in terms of interceptions, but he does turn the ball over in terms of turnover on downs. So the defense of the Junkyard Dogs have to capitalize on making him make a quick decision, throwing the ball away, incomplete those passes, and make those passes incomplete. I think that's the key to this game is get Hyman Long off his game.
Okay, so is this a QB mismatch then between Hyman Long, who had 37 TDs and 6 INTs, and Jason Rossi, who had 35 TDs and 14?
I think they both have their obviously they're good and they're bad. Right now, I don't think it's a mismatch completely. I think Hyman Long is a lot more seasoned as a quarterback than Jason is, but I feel like Jason has a lot more weapons to use. He has his feet. He has Jacob Burnett, who is Jacob Burnett. You know what I mean? He's amazing. That's a big weapon for him. I don't see it as a mismatch. It will be interesting. I think Jason Rossi might have the edge. Doesn't mean he'll have the win, though.
Hyman Long reminds me of Chad Pennington.
A little bit.
Yeah, he does. It's his style of play.
Yeah, he's accurate, but he does like to float it a bit. I mean, I see it. Marshall, baby. We are Marshall.
Jacob Burnett, do we see him line up against Maurice Dykeman, who had 50 catches and 15 TDs this year?
Mo Dickmans. I do see Jacob Burnett lining up against them. I don't see it as a focal point. Jacob Burnett cuts the field in half. No matter where he's lined up, he can take over that.
I apologize for the technical difficulty here. We were talking about Burnett, but we'll talk about which player needs to step up in this game this weekend is who from this matchup.
It has to be Jason Rossi. Like I said before, Jason Rossi has to be the guy to win the game for JYD. They've been very inconsistent this season. They snuck into the playoffs with an easy schedule. The Jays have been playing well. The only loss I would take away from them this year that they really struggled is against V Nation. They should have won that game. But other than that, they played their season. So I'm saying Jason Rossi take over this game and win it.
Over under 55 points scored in this game.
I'm saying over.
Fair enough. Sphinx 7-3 against TD and Beers 5-5. Again, no meeting between these two teams. Is Isaiah Allard the most dangerous player in this game? 41 catches, 630, and 19 TDs.
Yes, I agree. 100% he's the most dangerous player in this game. Either him or Y.N.W.A. If he's able to keep Brad Evans in the pocket. Brad Evans doesn't like to move too much, but he does make those short throws very easy. In the red zone, Isaiah Allard is deadly.
How do you stop Isaiah Allard then?
You got to have that trailer in the back and make sure you know, especially in the red zone, or within 10 to 15 yards, you have that trailer in the back of the end zone eyeing Isaiah Allard as a safety and looking at him and making sure that he's able to break every play up. Don't go for the pick, go for the knockdown.
How sneaky good is this Sphinx defense? I saw them play a few times. They've won games off their defense. This year, 21 INTs, 15 sacks.
It speaks volumes on Y.N.W.A, how he's played. Those 21 INTs, I haven't seen all of them, obviously, but for the most I've seen, it's because the quarterback is rushed. But Y.N.W.A's way too good. He's way too fast. The 14 sacks that he has this season speak volumes in terms of either he's getting there or his defense is covering well. I'm saying he's getting there and his defense is able to capitalize on those interceptions.
We talk about quarterbacks. We talk about Brad Evans, 31 TDs, 17 INTs. Etienne Cloutier, 27 TDs, 9 INTs. Who do you trust more now in this type of situation?
I trust Etienne Cloutier more. Nothing against Brad Evans. He's a great guy. He's a good quarterback as well. I think that Etienne Cloutier has more of a command on his offense over Brad Evans does. He's very, very, very smart when it comes to play calling.
Sphinx, do they get lost in the whole shuffle of the discussion because, again, they played in a very strong East Division in Conference A?
They did get lost. Honestly, I didn't see Sphinx doing too well. We saw them handle Maximum Carnage in that game, the game of the week. I watched them throughout the season. They've won some games without some players. I think that they've really been buried in that division, in that subdivision, if you will. But overall, I'm super impressed with Sphinx. I do not have them doing well, only because I don't. They're not sexy, if you want to call it that way. You know what I mean? They're a bunch of guys. They're not big. They're short. They're pretty quick. They just know how to play football and they understand the game.
Speaking of teams that understand the game, DG Goons 6-2-2 against Jager Bombs 5-4-1. Again, no meeting between these two teams here. Goons on a 5-game win streak where they started 1-2-2. 5 times Jagerbomb has been held to less than 19 points. Thinking about this here, Jagerbomb also on a winning streak, 4-game winning streak, where they went 1-4-1 before this winning streak. In your mind, Terry Tam, are these two teams dark horse candidates?
I think DG Goons are a dark horse candidate. Honestly, Chris Bendenza has played lights out the last few games. I'm super impressed with the way they've handled it. Adding Richie Humes to this offense a little bit earlier into the season was huge. That really to capitalize and to maybe benefit Fontana on the other side, to give him some time, to give Pendenza a second really sick option to throw the ball to. I think that I'm giving DG Goons on this one. Pendenza's been awesome.
Speaking of Fontana and Humes, who've combined for 21 TDs, how does the Jagerbomb stop this duo?
You're stopping it by taking the deep ball away from Fontana. Fontana, he runs very good routes. He takes those deep away. Richie Humes as well. Those posts, those corners, he runs them super well. Take away the deep. Maybe go cover 3 in this game because Pendenza likes to go deep often.
So you should be the DC in this matchup for Jagerbomb.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you give the edge to the Goons defense though?
I give yes. That's all you wanted to know?
Yeah, that's all I want to know.
Cool.
That's all I need to know. Simon Duchesne, does he need to win this game with his legs, given how many yards he's rushed this year?
Jagerbomb has always had a fast and running quarterback.
As we said before, Simon Duchesne.
Simon Duchesne has been, he runs around a lot. It's very difficult to this Jagerbomb offense to have a running quarterback. Simon Duchesne be able to use his feet. With Jeremy Goetze before, be able to use his feet. This is the way their offense is. How to handle them, I don't know. I just don't think that they have what it takes.
1 turnover, will that be the difference in this game?
1 turnover. Well, it has to be more turnovers on Jagerbomb's side.
Really?
Yeah, more turnovers on Jagerbomb's side. They have to intercept the ball, take the ball away from Pendenza in their offense.
Eagle has left the nest, trying to figure out where the issues with the wiring, but we'll figure it out sooner or later here. One more game before we go to break here. KHP Light 6-4 against All Guns 6-4. Again, no meeting between these two teams here. KHP Light on a 5-game winning streak, albeit against non-playoff teams. Meanwhile, All Guns. I know Vince Pisano is watching right now. Did we overrate All Guns? Because they've been outscored 96-32 in the last 2 games.
I don't think we overrated them. I think that when they played well, we gave them their credit, right? We gave them credit where credit's due. I just think that right now they're not able to handle the speedy younger guys in this league. San Antonio Spurs can handle.
She's telling me Ray Starward can't lock up with the fastest guys out there.
Leonard of the FPF league.
I look at this team. They played tough in the first 6-7 weeks, but they just fell off. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know what it is. But
I think it's more of the teams they played against learned the league a little bit.
Yeah.
Learned how to play defense. Were able to cover certain things. They're not explosive. Other than Alex Godet, they don't have a lot of explosiveness on their team.
A lot of high motors on that team.
Yeah, a lot of high motors on that team.
Including
Kawhi Leonard. But overall, I don't know. I think that we not overhyped them. I think they just played to what they were capable of, and the league got better. The division got better as the season went on.
KHP Light, are they a flawed team? Body of work, their body of wins in the second half of the season, and their first half was atrocious. They had like terrible. 10 quarterbacks,
but then we said go with Dylan Garber the rest of the season. Look what happened, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is. They have been playing well. They shut me up. I will admit to that. They were not playing well. I was saying they were one of the worst teams in the league. Every week that we had a matchup against them, I called they were going to lose. They're really playing well right now. Dylan Garber has taken over this offense. They have very good players. I'm very impressed with this team.
A, do you give the edge to Vince Pisano over Dylan Garber?
No.
Okay. And B, do we see the good or bad Pisano who's had 17 INTs?
Bad. I say we see the bad Pisano. I see KGP Light handling this game.
Okay, well, don't give me a pick now.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Disregard what he said. Bigger impact in this game, Rocky Archambault or Jonathan Garfinkel?
I'm Garfinkel, man. Garfinkel is nuts. He's really good. Well, Simon and Garfunkel. There's no Simon on this team, is there? If there is,
no, I don't think so.
God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. No?
None.
So I'm going Garfinkel with the matchup.
All right, come up next on You'll Never Walk Alone. We'll preview the second half of games. Goats against Speed Demons. We'll talk about good game well played against Keyport Lock. Who made lose their quarterback. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Dope Boys, are they overrated? And black shirts against the U. Seth Galina, is he good for a few INTs? Find out here on You'll Never Walk Alone. Stay tuned. Calling the Audible has been brought to you by the English Montreal School Board's DEAL program. Distance education for all learners will allow you to obtain your high school diploma or prerequisites for CEGEP or vocational studies from the comfort of your own home. It's never too late to go back to school. Learn anywhere at your own pace and get your diploma. Call 514-788-5937 for information or visit www.distanted.ca for more details. By the English Montreal School Board's DEAL program. Distance education for all learners will allow you to obtain your high school diploma or prerequisites for CEGEP or vocational studies from the comfort of your own home. It's never too late to go back to school. Learn anywhere at your own pace and get your diploma. Call 514-788-5937 for information or visit www.distanted.ca for more details. 3 days, it is the tradition unlike any other, which is the road show on April 18th, and of course... And, of course, the Chinois afterwards, which I'm more inclined to being excited for than anything else. Let's go back to the games here. We'll go with the next game on the docket, and that is Goats against Speed Demons, 7-3, Goats against the 5-4-1 Speed Demons. Didn't play each other. Speed Demons, they're 2-2 when they're held to less than 20 points in a game. So the question I have for you, Terry Tam, do you trust Brian Noonan as a quarterback?
I trust him as a quarterback. I trust him against his Goats defense as well. Speed Demons defense is going to be the key to this game. I do trust Brian Nguyen to take over this game.
Do you think Olivier Provost can change the tune of this game?
Absolutely. I mean, he's playing really well. With a 73 record with a quarterback like JP they do have a chance to win. I just think Speed Demons defense is a little bit too aggressive for JP to handle. He's had an easy schedule going through.
How important will it be for the Demons defense to come up with a big game against a pretty good Goats offense?
I mean, it's huge in terms of you got to win to play, right? Defense wins championships, so you have to win to play the next week. They need to step up. JP likes to back up a lot. Alex Holloway, he likes to back up a lot to throw the ball. So you got to force him to decide he's not comfortable throwing, and that's it. That's the key to your game.
5 times this year, the Goats have scored 30-plus points. So it's a lot of points they scored. That means true. So that means the Demons defense. You mentioned it before. Mm-hmm. How big of an X factor as a unit do they have to be this weekend?
Huge. Like I said, it's the rush has to be on point. They have to communicate well. The coverage, the rusher has to know what the coverage is. Sometimes the rushers get they don't know what the actual play call is on defense, and they just do whatever. You need to know what the coverage is. You need to know what you're doing, what your defense is doing, in order for you to force the play to one side.
Will this be a slow pace type of game for the Speed Demons to really minimize possessions?
They have to take the ball away from JPMO. The more JP has the ball, the more he's going to score. Right? It's just it's mathematics. It's science, is what it is. Okay, science hour will do.
You sound like Dan Hawkins.
Yeah,
science of football, guys.
You just gotta really drag out the clock. Drag it out.
Good game.
17-6.
I never know. Maybe 13-12.
Maybe 13-12.
Good game, well played. 7-2-1 against Keyport
Super
Lock. 5-5. No meeting during the regular season. Both teams had a chance for first place, but dropped points. Mm-hmm. That means dropped in the standings. Mm-hmm. Well, in your mind, with them losing some key games in the last couple of weeks, will that hurt the team's psyche, knowing that they could have had an easier road, per se? Yeah, both of them. In the Div 5 playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Keyport losing this week against Tomahawk Nightmare was huge because they would have played, who they played? They would have played the Goats, right?
Yeah.
They would have played the Goats. That's big. I think Keyport has a matchup against the Goats. Against GGWP, I don't think so. And now we're hearing news that...
Which we'll get to very shortly, a little pre-sale.
We're hearing news coming out of the
sources close to the
situation. Sources close to the Keyport locker room are telling us some stuff, and I just think that GGWP could have mapped out their playoffs, but Keyport Lock, experienced team, they won Division E. They went to the finals Division E last spring. I'm excited to see what happens. I think GGWP will take it.
Simon Basket Baudin's speed, would that be too much for Keyport Lock, which isn't really a fast team?
Yeah. He has 13 rushing touchdowns this year. I don't know if that's a record or not for rushing, but he has 13 rushing touchdowns, and it speaks volumes. And he also has 38 passing touchdowns. So I don't know what other quarterback has done those numbers.
Now the big news is Jeff Rosenblatt is in Las Vegas for a birthday with his wife. So if
Who
Jeff
goes to Las Vegas for a birthday,
I would. I love it. You can do anything in Vegas. I can go with my grandmother to Vegas and have a great time. Vegas, man, you go with anybody.
If Jeff Rosenblatt most likely won't be there.
Yeah.
Do you trust Dan Goloff at QB for?
I do, absolutely. I trust Dan Goloff. Playing with the Sun Bros in Division 6, I've seen him play. He's really good. Honestly, he understands it.
Mean Machine.
Mean Machine, sorry, my mistake. Playing with the Mean Machine Division 6. He's really good. He handles his offense very well. He's not going from Division 6 to Division 4 or 3. He's going from Division 5. I do understand this against Y.N.W.A, which is a sick team. But I think Goloff can use Corey Pecker, can use Y.N.W.A. Yanni is so good, and you just throw up the ball, he'll catch it. And that other big guy, I forgot his name. Massive. Number 31.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He left the game,
I
yeah.
forgot his name. He's really good, too.
2 400-yard receivers for Keyport. How does a good game well played contest that?
Well, now that Jeff isn't there, you are going to see some nervousness at the beginning. I say maybe a quick double rush.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe throw Simo as a double rush in there. I see maybe going at cover 3, force him deep, get a pick, things like that.
GLC 6-3-1 against Dope Boys 6-4. No meeting during the regular season. Dope Boys were on a 5-game win streak. Now coming in on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Did we overrate Dope Boys?
I don't think we overrated Dope Boys. Dope Boys are a good team all around. They're not overrated. They haven't played to what their potential is, man. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is in Division 5 this year. It's the same thing across the board.
GLC went 2-3 against playoff-bound teams, but do you like their playoff experience that is on their roster with Mendy Carduchamp and Kevin Lubin and many others?
Of course. I mean, I love that playoff experience. Mendy Carduchamp winning Defensive Player of the Year in Division 4. Pretty impressive. Then you have Kevin Lubin, who is nominated for the he's nominated for the Hall of Fame, I guess.
Yes, soon
He's
enough.
eligible for the Hall of Fame. A lot of FPF experience there. Even though I've been making fun of him all year, Jerson, but Jerson has a lot of experience playing with the Trap Stars in Division 4
Previon,
as well. Honestly, they're a good team, and I see them doing well. Like I said, they lose to shit teams and they beat good teams, and they almost lost to the Hot Boys Hotline this week, which is terrible. Terrible.
Dope Boys 5-0 when their offense scores 30 points plus. Will this be the key to their success?
To score 30 points plus, yeah, you gotta force Mendy to throw the ball. Mendy does not like playing quarterback. Does not like playing quarterback. He's not the best quarterback. He runs around a lot. He's very good, but his receivers aren't good enough to hold him accountable.
You can play man, and if you can stop him from breaking out of the pocket, you win.
Exactly.
Speaking of Mendy Carduchamp, he had 400 rushing yards this year. Dope Boys as a whole had 16 sacks. Can they stop Mendy Carduchamp's legs?
They have 16 sacks only?
6.
That's terrible. That's the key to the game right there. I didn't know that stat. And Mendy Carduchamp with running 400 yards makes sense. He's super fast and he's very deceptive when he runs. You have to get a double rush on him. You have to, because make him make a decision. He double rush and then double cover Kevin Lubin, and he'll probably win the game.
That leaves, wow, that's a lot of space to work with. Black Shirt 6-4, the U5-4-1 last game we get to look at here. No meeting during the regular season. Black Shirts with a huge win over the Cougars.
Yeah.
Is this a start of something for them with their confidence?
The Cougars was a big win. I've seen them lose some really weird games, the Black Shirts. I know I pegged them to go a couple weeks ago. I pegged them to go to the finals. Kind of retracting my statement. The Black Shirts look good. Seth Galina is a good quarterback. He understands to play very well. His play calling is phenomenal. He's got a good couple receiver. Sergio, his hands are good in Division 5, not good in Division 6 for some reason. But I think that they have what it takes. I don't know about this game.
Does the U rely too much on Shake and Bake Lattimore to win games?
I was that team, if Shaq was on my team, I would. I mean, Shake and Bake Lattimore, he's
But do they rely too much on him though?
You know what? It comes down to it. In Division 5, you like to go in lower divisions. You like to go to your number one guy. And he is by far the number one guy in this team, and it's normal. I would try to go against it, maybe use him as a decoy, and you know what I mean. But it just,
or you can just feed him the ball and tell the other defense try and stop me.
That's it.
6 times. Sorry, my throat's dry now.
Just like John Cornish not getting the ball in the Grey Cup final.
Give me the ball, man. 6 times Seth Galina has thrown 2+ INTs during the season. Do you trust him? I know you like him, but do you trust him at this point in the season?
I trust him against the U. I don't trust him maybe going forward. I think that he has the potential to go to the finals. I wouldn't have said they can go to the finals, but I didn't think that he can bring them there. I just think that seeing the way their schedule might play out, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I think so. I'm looking at maybe I'll say 21-13.
All right, well, it is now time to do our Div 5 All-Stars and our award winners. So we'll go with the All-Stars first. For Terry and I pick our All-Stars for the year. Terry, how are we gonna do this? We're gonna list your team off and then go like that.
Okay, well, how about this? We do this. Okay, so we did a draft offline. I don't know if you're watching Div 4, but we did a draft offline.
That's how good we are.
Yeah, that's how good we are. So, okay, we'll go quarterbacks first. So you got first pick. So who'd you take?
Alex Papich.
You took Alex Papich of the Griffins. Good pick.
Griffins?
I took Simon Basketball-Douin, 13 rushing touchdowns. You can't knock that, right? Now you go as a quarterback again for your two quarterbacks.
JP Omo.
JP Omo of the Goats. Great pick as well. JP Omo, 45 touchdowns, 1,698 yards. I got Chris Bendenza, my boy, 42 touchdowns with 1,729 yards, only 8 interceptions. Very impressive. And so that was our quarterbacks. Now, our rusher, who'd you pick for?
Double O, man. Olivier Ouellette.
Olivier Ouellette is huge for the Sphinx. He has 14 sacks this year, including 13 tackles. I got Sam Chenier of Les Vaches 7 tackles, 16 sacks, leading the league with sacks. Now we go to our wide receiver, DB.
I'll list them off. One big smorgasbord over here. Tony Testa, your boy, John Garfinkel, Dylan Taylor, Olivier Savage, Olivier Provost, and Vincent Morissette.
So I got Kevin Bustani, who's played unreal, lights out, 12 interceptions. Then I got Eddie the Latin Hustle Martinez, Isaiah Lard.
Well, I gave you that pick.
You gave me Eddie Martinez.
Yeah,
I would have taken him anyway.
Yeah.
I would have traded everything for Eddie Martinez.
I would have held out.
Traded the house. Isaiah Lard, who, if he wasn't playing in a higher division, probably would have won two-way, if not receiver of the year. Wade Williams of X-Men, Mo Dickmans, and Kyle Greenbaum, who's had a very quiet year. We haven't talked about him all year, but stats-wise, very good.
Very well. Those are All-Stars, the MoCon All-Stars.
I'll make some T-shirts.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger once said at the NBA All-Star Game 2004, you're all All-Stars.
All All-Stars.
All right, it is now time for the Division 5 award winners, which will go through the 4 categories.
Let's go two-way first.
Two-way, so as they would do like the NHL awards, Div 5 two-way player of the year nominees are, this guy was this, and this. So a little drum roll, please, your Eagle. And the winner of the two-way player of the year for Division 5 is Eddie Martinez from the Gators.
The Latin Hustle Martinez with the Gators. Good job, Eddie.
45 catches.
I feel like I had something to do with that. The motivation all year.
45 catches, 18 TDs, 9 INTs, 5 PDs. Well-deserved Eddie Martinez.
Don't forget the tackles.
Yeah, whatever. Not really my books.
Defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year. Drum roll, please. From KGB Light. Jonathan Garfinkel. Woo!
For a player from KGB Light to make the playoffs after the amount of smack, to make the win an award after the amount of smack we talked about them this year, is very impressive. Good job, Garfinkel.
10 INTs, 9 PDs, and of course 22 tackles. The ever important tackle stats. Receiver of the year for Division 5. From the Jays, Maurice Dykmans, or as you like to call him, Dickmans. 50 catches, 558 yards, 15 TDs.
558 yards, very impressive. Doesn't lead the league in yards, but very impressive.
And the quarterback of the year. Okay, we're good.
We're good, Eags. Thanks.
From your team, good game, well played. Simon Basketbaudin, 38 TDs.
38 TDs, 8 interceptions, only 1,498 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. I can't stress how big that 13 rushing touchdowns is. 574 yards, 115 quarterback rating.
Congrats. You'll get your awards at some point during the week.
Well, we'll come see you this week.
Yes, you will. All right, it is now time for our Picks of the Week, the last part of the show before we sign off officially, before the Uncle Mike Show coming up next. Picks of the Week, game number 1, Jays Junkyard Dogs, 5.5 points for the Jays.
I'm going JYD, keep it a close game here.
Sphinx, DD, and Beers, 7.5 points for Sphinx. DG Goons, Jagerbomb, 2.5 points for DG Goons. KGP Champs, Old Guns, 3.5 points for Old Guns over KGP Light.
I'm going KGP.
It's a close point spread there. Goat Speed Demons, 8.5 points for Goats.
I'm going Speed Demons on this
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good game, well played. Keyport Lock, 10.5 points for good game, well played because Jeff Rosenblatt not being there.
If Jeff was playing, I would say GGWP with the win, Keyport to cover the spread. I'm going GGWP to take the 10.5 points. Good
game, well played, Dope Boys. GLC Dope Boys, a point and a half for Dope Boys.
I'm going Dope Boys on this one. No confidence in GLC.
Black Shirts to you, 3.5 points for Black Shirts.
I said 2013 the score before. That 2013 score was for the U, so I'm going the U to take it.
Okay, fair enough. What did you learn in today's episode?
I learned that Eagle can do a great jump roll.
I learned that we did 4 shows in 2 hours.
And we're only 15 minutes late.
I learned Eagle is on point. Jessica, what is up next for the Uncle Mike Show?
Mr. Bill, the politician.
Bill the politician.
Bill the politician.
I grew up with Bill.
Is he actually a politician?
Yeah, he is.
He's a city council.
Yeah.
City council. What do they do?
Have any complaints, boys? This is the time.
This is the time. Tweet it.
Of course, I'll do that. I'll ask him why does Danny Cordier spend more time at baseball parks than at the City Hall. Coming up next, Uncle Mike Show here in lovely northeastern downtown Laval. Week 1 playoffs, 23 days away from the road show. Brossard, April 18th. Terry, thank you very much. Good morning, South Korea.
Great time.